Good morning, peeps. Jenny Clouston here. So I did think long and hard about posting this video because the quality is really not great. I am too close. I didn't have the camera in the holder properly. There's so much going on wrong in this video, but I just thought, you know what? Who cares? I'll post it because I had done it. So I hope as I move forward once again, I will address all these issues that I have. I hope you enjoy the video. So I was in my sewing room making the cover for the diary to sew the snippet on, and I thought, I might just show you how I do it. Now, there are many different ways of making a cover for a book. I keep mine to the basic bare necessities of doing it. So on this case, I have got like a linen kind of fabric. I have stabilized it because I don't know, I like to stabilize my fabric, and also I am going to be attaching a snippet which has got quite a few layers to it. So I think it would be horrible if this just had one single layer. So all I make sure is when I'm measuring it is when I cut my fabric this way, that I have approximately 1/2 inch of fabric extra there, and at the bottom how much of an overlap you want of the fabric to be here. I don't have a very long one. And then all you're going to do is you're just going to stitch along there. I need to redo this one because it's a bit skew. It's a scant, it's just a little bit less than that 1/2 inch seam allowance, because remember, you are going to turn this inside out. So I have left 1/2 inch at the top and 1/2 inch at the bottom, but you can't stitch right on that 1/2 inch. You just got to go slightly in to accommodate that seam, okay? And then I'm going to show you what I do when I turn it inside out. I'll be back now. Quickly made this video because as I said, all the neighbors are mowing lawns and going on. So next thing you're going to do is you're going to turn it inside out and press along that stitching line really well. Okay, there you go, and both sides. And now it's just a matter of sliding your book in. I'm going to do the back first because, as I said, the front, I might have to cut the elastic off. So you're just going to slide it in like this. As I said, I want mine to be a little bit tight. Slide it in this way. Come on, Jennifer, I want it to be tight, but not this tight. But it's going to be good, trust me. You see it's nice and snug. Flip it over. And then that folded piece you will see will actually fold over like that. Anyway, that's my way of doing it. As I said, there's many ways of this is the elastic, so I'm going to cut that off. And then I'm going to fold this over without showing my passwords and slide this one in over here, and I'll show you now. So just like that, peeps, you have the cover of your journal with its nice little, see, it's folded under there, and it stays that way. And you can see the book is lifting up a little bit. It's a little bit tight, but as I said, I quite like it that way. Now, the reason why I make the cover first is that I then can place my snippet on when it's finished and get that dimension really right, correctly. So the next step is to do the snippet on here. It's all happening. There you go. So you can see now I can play with this. I can go, okay, is it going to be, how much of this am I going to cut off? If it's, so that I prefer to see the journal book finished in all her glory, and then decide how much I'm going to cut off. Ideally, this color cream is not really conducive to this. It could have been a better color match. However, I'm not going to let that worry me. This is just going to be my journal cover, and I like the quality of this fabric and everything else. So it's sort of like tonings in, and maybe if I add some more brown in here, it'll kind of link in. But it's still going to work for me, and yeah, it's all coming together very nicely, and I am having a good, productive few hours. So back to my little disjointed video. So I have trimmed this back as you can see. And also what's going to happen is this herringbone that was originally done, let me just pull this out, this herringbone that was originally done there, I'm going to leave for the moment, but then I'm going to remove it, and as you'll see, I'm going to, once I've done my embroidery, I'm going to use the herringbone to anchor this down to the cover of my diary. Now what I'm going to do, I have in this one, oh, go away, big marsh fly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a flower in the sort of same vein as this. In this one I have used pearl number 12, so I'm going to stick to that and keep the embroidery very nice and simple, because that's how I started. I'm just going to sort of position myself here, and what I think will work quite well is I'm going to go back to the flower book and I'm going to do one of these little ones on page 42, and I know they are blanket stitches. So what is so that's the G. Okay, so it says the stem stitch in G is uneven chain stitch, and I've used wool there, so I can't use wool here because I'm trying to keep it very simple. So I'll just do a stem stitch to do my stem. Oh, this big marsh fly. Okay, so let's choose threads. Let's get rid of the diary. It's looking good. It feels so nice because, as I said, I did there's a stabilizer behind this fabric, so it feels really, really good in my hands. Right, now let's find some threads. All right, so these are the pearl 12s I have out here, so I'm going to try very hard and find something in here that I can use. I think I've used that there. Let's see if it's going to hold. Yes, it'll hold fine, and then I'll find something else to make the petals. So let's start where you are and use what you have. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start off with this and using a milliner's needle. That was happening there. All right, so we'll just do a stem stitch to start. Oh, my stitching is disappearing over there. This feels so nice to stitch through because there's so many layers of fabric. I've got the pelon, and then I've got that beautiful silk, and then something else and something else. So it's just, oh, it's so good to stitch through all those layers. Okay, I can't have her the same. She's very nice there, but up here she's kind of lost her mojo, hasn't she? Just let me pull her out, see if I can rectify her shape. I don't normally do this. I kind of normally let the stitch tell me where to go. Let me just bring everything closer to me here. Oh, I'm showing a bit of leg here. That's not very nice. There you go. Am I still showing leg? Yes, that's okay. Yeah, I'll just do this one. Okay. And then we'll follow the instructions in the book. I don't have my little ring cutter here. Oh, it's very hot and humid after all that rain. Okay, so now what this book tells me to do is, remember, I think on this page it is all the blanket stitches. Yep. So G says I've done the stem, and then the leaves are blanket stitch, the petals are blanket stitch. Okay, so the petals are blanket stitches. Okay, let's do that. Let's keep that to a side there. Let's choose what color I'm going to have here. I've got orange over there. That's variegated, which I don't really like. Oh, look what I keep pulling out here. Nope. I wish I had a pink. That'll be fine. That'll be absolutely fine. I feel as though I'm going back to the 80s doing this embroidery. I'm using a pearl number, as I said, a pearl number 12 here. So, and although I'm doing blanket stitch, this little flower does begin her life with a lazy daisy, and then the blanket stitch happens. O genade, hierdie ding, ek moet dit net sny. Try and get this as close to the stem as you possibly can, I think. There's a big marsh fly buzzing around me. Oh, and they can sting, can't they? Well, they bite you. On, why have I got all bits and pieces and hanging on? This is twisted here. Come on, Jennifer. Now, once again, I'm deliberately making this untidy because I don't want it to be all neat and, you know, uniform. So, lazy daisy. I'm really getting back to basics. I'm taking my husband literally, even in this little one. As you know, I do kind of speak Afrikaans every now and then. If anybody's got Netflix, there is a series. Is it a series? Yes, it's a series at the moment, South African. It's called Tastecoms, and yeah, it's you can hear Afrikaans spoken in all its glory. It's a little series about love and yeah, and it's so funny. I recognize some of the actresses and actors from when I still lived there. Rika Sennett was one of the actresses, and I did ballet with her. Yeah. She's quite a few years older than me. She was even phenomenal back in those days. Beautiful, and she's still so beautiful. You know, this is still bothering me because she's twisted. anyway. All right, so I'm happy with that. I'm going to do some leaves over there, and then do the top, and then do one more flower over there, and that will be it for my little. Okay, so what to do at the top here? So if I have a look at the book, I could actually go all the way to the top, but I think if this is quite small. Yeah, like on this one over here, I have done little colonial knots, so I think that's what I might do at the top here. I think I'll just do one tiny little one on either side, see what happens there, and then break out into the colonial knots. Why are you working with such a tiny piece of thread, Jennifer? Now we've got a house across the road from us. They're doing alterations, massive ones, so there's always trucks and things happening. I wish I had done that one longer. I'll have to go back and fix that, I reckon. The marsh fly is still lurking. Ow. Let's take it up to the top first, and then work my way down. Where am I? Oh. Sorry. Ow. Darn it. Okay. Let's see if I can extend my stem without you noticing it. Let's go back to the green. Yeah, I just feel I needed some more length here at the bottom. Talk properly. Too low. All right, now the leaves too, believe it or not, are blanket stitches. Now, I have my favorite stitches, as you know, and I have my least favorite stitch. Bullion knots are one of my least favorite stitches, and also a cast on, believe it or not, not a cast on, a blanket stitch also I do not like to do, but they make quite cute leaves. So let's do those leaves at the bottom, okay? So we're doing the little ochats. No knot at the bottom. No knot at the bottom. Let's get rid of you. Okay. So lazy daisy. Blanket stitch. Another blanket stitch. And end off. Let's go to the other side. Could have made that one much bigger, on that side, but I am not unpicking it. Another blanket stitch, and another one. Now after all that, you can see I should have by rights left. I can be closer here, can't I? Yeah. I hope I'm in frame. You have no idea how nice this feels to stitch through all those layers. Do you think this needs to be a taller one? Or not? Oh, chameleon threads. So good. So good. Let me just end that there. Yep. I am dreading to see how this video is going to turn out. Yeah, it's cause it's really been an issue. Is that a different kind of red? That's the same as that, isn't it? It's too variegated for me. All right, let's use the same one. Look what I'm pulling out. Nope. Let's just pull out the same one and have two the same. Oh no, not finished yet. Look, this garden is what it is. Something sweet and simple. Got my little diary cover. Let's just put it at the top first. And then work backwards down. Go. All right. Now, she's cute. All right. Now, what green was I was using? This one. Oh, the marsh fly's back again. Is it March or marsh? What do you think it is? March fly or marsh fly? Who knows? Now, because of I wanted to make this one a little bit different, I'm going to give this side okay. Now I go to the bottom, do those other little leaves, and see what else needs to be done, and then I'm calling it. I'm simply going to call it for what it is. Finished and klaar. Nice South African expression. I think I'll give you a little bit of an extra boost here. Move out the way. I didn't like that, did you? No. It's the color of the thread. It's the that's making it a little bit worse than it really looks. Let's put her there and see what how she likes it there. Yep, she's better. Some leaves for her. I'm simply going to do this one only on the side first, because she might not need leaves on the other side. And this leaf isn't turning out to be as nice as the other ones, is she? Nope, she is not. Yeah, she's just a little bit, I'm not happy. I'm not happy, Jan. Let's give her unpluck her. I think the first little lazy daisy was too long. And why isn't she being unpicking? Because she's gone through a thread at the back. Let's do another one. Keep her small. Oh, come on. I'm in a rush now. You see, something's nearly being finished, and then I get excited. Then I want to finish it. I think it's the angle of that first lazy daisy that is causing me consternasi or pistasi. I still think something needs to come out the other side. So, because of that, we'll just do one lazy daisy to finish her off. There you go. You see what happens to a lazy daisy if you don't go into the same. Okay, that is fine. There's lots of things that you can do to these to make them look different. You can have a lazy daisy straight across the here in a different color, as I have in the book. You can add on some more detached blanket stitches on the end to give them a frill. If I have a yellow, I might do that, but if I don't, I'm not going to do it. That's just how it's going to be. And I might just do it, and then you know, and this is to, I just don't have a lovely soft kind of yellow. There is one in here, but it goes into a purple too quickly. I think we're in luck, peeps. Let's see what this looks like. So if I take this one over here, look, it might work, it also might not work, but it's worth giving it a go. So I'm going to come up over here, and remember, these are detached blanket stitches. So if I leave this here, and I'm going to use the back of my needle now, so I don't go through the fabric, and I just make little loose blanket stitches, detached blanket stitches on the ends through there. What happens is they kind of look as though they've got a frill. Now, to be perfectly honest, I have a funny feeling that it's going to be too heavy. But let me continue, and then we'll pull it out if we feel that way. So I'm going to move along here now. Don't pull your thread too tight. Just kind of form a It's really difficult to see where I am on this camera today because the sun is out big time and there's a glare. The helicopters have been busy today, haven't they? And it might be right and it might not be. That breeze is delicious. I don't think it's the stitch so much as the color. I think the color's a bit too strong. But as I said, you know, it's just a little something something, and I thought I would, you know. Anyway, I'm enjoying it. I should have done another one in that one over there. I'll just do this quickly. I'm running out of thread, but I'll just do this one quickly at the top. I'll do 2 in here. See what it looks like. I have a funny feeling it's not going to look great. Just do 2. Yep, it's fine. And 2 on the other side. The leaves at the bottom now look really weird. They look too small. What do you think of the little garden, peeps? Look, you know what? I just want to see something. I just want to see if I can just alter this leaf here. See, that's where the thread would have come out here. Just give it another big one on the end and see what happens. All right, I'm going to stop fiddling. I really am, because it's not that important. There you go. I'm happy as I'll be with what it is, you know. All right, so now I can attach this to the diary. That's the front of the book. So she's going to go on like that, and I'm going to unpick all that herringbone and use that to anchor this down, and everything should fray up beautifully. I love that little bit of black that's coming through there. All right. You know what? I think I've been out of frame all the time. But anyway, I'm going to now stitch this down, and then I've got a stamp that I've got from Lovely Jane to write 2024 at the top. I'll see you now. And voila! my diary cover for 2025 is complete, and I'm happy with it. I've played with some stitches, I've used a daily stitching thing. Yeah, no, I'm very happy with that. So once again, thank you so much for your time, and bye for now.